it's great, but it's got all different kinds of colors, so it looks a little more cluttered. So definitely less is more if you can do that, and just keep your lighting consistent. That's one of the best ways to keep it a little more uniform, at least.
And I'm looking at your page, and it led me to your YouTube channel. Um, I would find a way to use that as a tool to get people to your page as well, because it looks like you have some going on your YouTube page. It looks like you're consistent. You have a good amount of subscribers to build off of. So what I would do is use that um, to create like little thumbnails or little short snippets or previews that would lead them even to your page on your Instagram page, and that will probably add a little more liveliness, a little more pop to it as well. Because I do agree with Waleed, it's it's a good page, good quality page, but it takes me everywhere because of the colors and because of each picture is literally a different thing. You know what I mean? So I would just use the strength from what I saw is your YouTube page as well, and try to create around that to give direction.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
No problem. Jazz,
Hey everyone, how are you?
Jasmine, you a G. You've been patiently waiting forever.
I've been working, so it was okay. I kind of got it in like I'm listening to a podcast,
Oh, I got it.
so
All right,
it
so
works. So my name is Jasmine. I'm a pre-med turned beauty founder. My business is V Beauty. We're located in Atlanta. So I kind of double as a content creator, and my space is STEM, beauty. Um, it's kind of they merge, but they don't. So I'm not wanting to get an audit on my business page. I have someone running the business page. I'm more so wanting to get an audit on my page because what I'm wanting to do is merge into creating more content, possibly for brands, but also for my own personal brand as well. Because I am an esthetician, so I can come from like the education angle as well as bringing the science background and speaking to other avenues. So right now I'm just trying to work on merging all of that so that it's cohesive on my page. I have different tones and colors, kind of like what you guys were speaking about prior about kind of like the lighting. My lighting isn't really cohesive. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think and any suggestions.
I love your packaging. It's amazing. I love the rose.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I wanted something that wasn't going to be like your average rose water. Something that was going to be really unique and, luxury. Something that spoke to us.
so I see in your bio, you have a link to looks like a page on your site, and then you have your actual website also in the bio. Is there, and maybe I'm just slow right now because it's late, but is there a reason why your website isn't clickable, but that other link is? Like, is there a purpose for that?
Um, which link are you referencing?
I am on Instagram.
Okay, and that link's not clickable.
It is. I'm saying I'm trying to get to where the website though, the website above it. Like, is there a
Hey,
reason
what's up,
why
family?
the other
I'm
link is clickable? Like, you want people to go there
taking
first?
social
Is
media
that search as
tutorials
well?
right now
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
got
my
you. Ways
email.
to connect. Okay, got you.
on
So
a
you want people to,
Clubhouse group,
So should I take the email off? Because that's the
and I'm
same
working on
email
my
as
landing
someone else.
page, which you guys
Well,
know
I
as
mean,
like a link
and
tree.
this is just from my perspective, and I could be
I'm doing
wrong,
it live, so
but
you'll see
because when I see the
how I create
website,
it.
Mhm.
um, oh wait, it is okay.
Checking
You
out
had it
my
right. Okay,
page, make sure
I
I'm
didn't see
live,
this late. All right, my bad.
and we are
Because it
live.
says
Hello,
Jasmine at
hello.
theflybeauty.com. I'm
What's
for some reason
good?
I'm
What's
thinking
good?
the
What's
website is right
good?
there, but it's not. Okay, cool.
Appreciate you guys.
Would
Because
that
I
be
was
confusing to someone else? What do you
Um,
guys
no,
think?
it wouldn't. I it would.
Okay.
My point was what I was
get these links up because I want them to
clickable, but it is. So,
evaluate my my link tree, I mean my drop landing
And
page
I
on
have this
IG.
link to my website. It's not live on the front page. I can use to go to like my regular
Put on some
website, but this is
glasses.
also
Really
like
rock out right now.
I'm using it to retarget people that come to the site because my pixels are still set up on this page, so it would still continue to follow.
And recording the conversation for infamy.
But I don't really
So
know.
it's all there.
I don't,
is at least you're starting to use Reels. I'm seeing on your page that you're using Reels more.
yeah, I mean, I'm not really getting great engagement on my page, and it's probably
One of
because
your
I'm not
pages.
working on my cluster.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I do like to do on Instagram is look at funny videos. Like this is just like comedy to me sometimes, but I think that may be messing me up because I'm not getting great engagement.
Yeah, I think like I say for me, I like funny stuff too. I mean, as you can see, I like to clown.
Twitter.
So I put those funny stuff in my.
So I just linked my Facebook. Now I'm going to my
As far
Twitter.
as my page, I make sure that
This is a real challenge, but they're going over websites right now, websites, social media, and they're giving like the group is giving their, they're giving their opinions and stuff. I need this in my life
that is in my cluster. So
because a
it's-
group of people is
what I'm
way
trying to say
smarter
is
than
it's
one
okay, actually,
person.
like, if
You
like
feel me?
funny
You
stuff,
feel
post
me?
funny stuff, do that in your story. But as far as your page, just be intentional as far as even commenting on other people's stuff in your cluster too.
Got it. Yeah, I don't do a great job with that. I'm working on it, but I don't do a good job with it.
Gotcha.
So
Can I add one more thing to that, please? Your stuff is beautiful, and whoever said the bottle of rose is beautiful, I fully agree. I think there's a lot going on, and it's sort of similar advice to what I told, I think Tanya, was if you could okay, this is something to consider, and it may mesh with your style and may not. I would love to see, like, if you have, because okay, your feed looks a tiny bit, it's in danger of looking a little bit messy, right? And
I agree.
so there's beautiful pictures in of itself, but then I don't get a chance to really see it. So if we can go to like second row, middle picture, somebody's caressing roses, it's a beautiful picture. But if we were to get maybe 3 pictures in a row from the same setup, now you're creating moments, almost like a mini editorial for a magazine. One example to kind of show you guys, and you can look and see if it works or it doesn't. My personal Instagram, it's written, not the linked one, but it's written on my profile. I do like one row of one aesthetic. The next row is another aesthetic. And the reason why I do that is because it makes people pause, and it makes people go, oh, here is a moment. Because your pictures are easily forgotten, but like just talking about the middle one where someone's like, is that you, or is that a model, like basically roses? That's you. It's a beautiful picture, right? But the picture on either side of it should just be the bottle with some roses, the same color roses. Then you can just do another. So basically, it looks like pictures from the exact same shoot.
Got it. And
See what I'm saying?
I just didn't put them on there.
So you have to put them on there to be effective, but then now it looks beautiful and it looks more higher production value because you are selling a product where people want to feel luxurious. People, they want to feel special. So I think that your presentation can benefit from moments, not just one picture, but one row has a certain theme, another row has a different theme, and then it flows nicer and it makes people pause a little bit more and go, what's going on here? And brings their attention to it instead of losing one post.
You could have used that headline, like you got some really nice press. Like, I think that everything Waleed is saying is such a good idea. My biggest pet peeve with people's pages is like where they threw a photo up and then like 2 weeks later they're using photos from the same shoot later. Like if it feels.
Yes.
And what's so unfortunate is that like I get it, like it's like you know you have a ton of really high quality content, but I think the whole issue is that you haven't like fully saturated or like shared that moment, and it's like if you could do that more, you know, with 3 or 6 or whatever you need, just really get it out there and portray that moment, give those, you know, behind the scenes, you know, views, then you're done and it doesn't keep coming back in.
Okay, yeah, because that is something that I do. Like, I'll post it, like,
yeah, you're not alone. Everybody does that. It's just, like, I think you got to be sort of thoughtful about it. And part of the thing is it's almost like, you know, if you haven't, and I wouldn't be afraid of, like, stacks. You know, I think, you know, really using those photos in one spot. But I think building it out, like he's saying, those building blocks, it really does pull you in.
Okay, got it. Alrighty.
Thank you, Jazz. You gonna take some notes and get that done, right?
Yeah, I'm about to do it right now.
Alright, we're gonna check on you tomorrow.
Alright, thank you.
How you doing? I'm Courage from Favorite Films. I would like to speak if I could.
You can't speak right now, Courage, but we got you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
Palumi.
Hi, thank you so much for having me on stage. I have been taking notes, so many valuable ideas shared, so thank you so much for that. I am Palumi. I am based in the UK and a world traveler. I'm hoping to get an audit from you guys, just your personal opinion. While you're looking through that, I just share a little bit about myself and offer my services in case anyone in this room is kind of looking towards that. So I'm a content creator. I kind of inspire people to travel. Now that we're not traveling, I kind of understand that my feed that I built over time as I started working as my e-portfolio in order to allow me to work with brands. And now I'm kind of teaching nano influencers, so people with, you know, I started working brands with just over 1K followers, and people just sometimes feel you need such high numbers for people to start working with brands. So nano influencers have to leverage their page and, you know, attract brand deals. That's kind of something I teach right now, just, you know, to showcase that. I think the point of value, a lot of people don't know their value system and how much, you know, they can
Opening my TikTok right now. I can't find my password.
Which
sucks.
like, you know, once you don't have the numbers, that's it. You cannot have any value to offer. So yeah, I just want to, even though, you know, I tried my feed aesthetic wise, I just wanted to get any other, you know, you can't stop learning. You gotta, you know, keep learning. So yeah, I'm just open to any of your take on it.
Palumi?
Yeah, perfect. Got it right.
First of all,
Oh, I think I found it.
second,
Maybe.
I'll give my
View
corrections.
profile. Yep, I found it. I found my TikTok.
First,
Let me get a photo in here.
page, to me, is very aesthetically pleasing. And it's interesting because I'm scrolling down, but the older the posts get, the more neater it gets. Like it just looks better and better and better the older the post is. And so I do want to say first that it looks kind of in the same sense, the same tone that I spoke about Latanya's page. And with hers it's bright, but with yours you have a lot of earth tone colors and it's very neutral. And so because of that, it's just it's pleasing, it's peaceful. So I do commend you on that. And even clicking your link, it's at least with the content inside the link, it also looks just pleasing to see. Like I'm able to scroll through without any difficulty. So I do want to give you that, but I'll try to find something to correct in a few minutes.
Thank you.
So when I first look at Palumi feed, it make you want to travel, man. Palumi look like she done backpacking through Eastern Europe and everything, man. Palumi. So give us the vibe, man. What's going on with your page? What's going on?
So
I
obviously.
lost a wanderlust on it. I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I'm listening to you.
Palumi, you got a nice page, your aesthetic right, you're using the right presets. Alright, so tell me where you're going in these pictures, Palumi.
So I've been all over the world. I've traveled to about 60 plus countries. I've obviously slowed down because of COVID, so now I've kind of had to pivot in terms of, like, you know, really showcasing travel in the different ways, maybe like more staycations, travel industry got hit real hard, and just like anything connected. I know someone was speaking about swimwear earlier on and finding it difficult. Finding it difficult to like push this kind of things. But so I just kind of work with brands in that way. And now I'm working with like travel dresses or like skincare that's kind of travel related. So yeah, just kind of like showcasing those things. But just I'm just looking for ways to
I'm
kind
on
of like
Clubhouse,
push
guys,
myself
by the way.
there more and just like showcase my expertise in terms of like content creation. My goal is to create things that are ad worthy, so things you'll be able to like see on TV. So that's kind of where I'm kind of pushing my creativity too. So yeah, I'm just kind of open to feedback. Like I just you can't be too good at what you do. You just gotta there's always room for improvement.
I don't know. Everybody go to Palumi page, go look at her Clubhouse stuff, man.
Palumi, how do you work with brands? Can I ask?
Sure. So it depends. I do either content create for them. I sell my pictures to them, so for them to use for ads. I did that with a recent skincare brand. I kind of help with their campaign designs.
60 seconds.
So like small brands as well. They're just trying to leverage micro influencers. Because
them gems,
it's good to work with big influencers, but sometimes just the trust and the value micro influencers got is the high currency. So just consultation in that aspect. So yeah, I'm just teaching people. I'm more of a teacher. I just like sharing. I hate holding knowledge, and that's why I love this kind of rooms because people are just sharing. So
Cloud is over 1 gig.
I need to tell everyone. So yeah, that's kind of
one thing I think you might think about. I mean, it's really hard to find anything to criticize. Your page is stunning, and I think I've actually seen you around Clubhouse before, and I was just like, my jaw dropped.
Can't put less of this stuff up. What's wrong with me?
But I feel like I'm probably your target. I work with a lot of smaller brands who might want to hire you, both on the influencer side and also on the content.
So I was just
the call to action is not clear for what you're looking for from them. It feels more just like that.
Seemingly we got all this time on our hands,
I think,
and
you could work a little bit with thinking about what the bio is, what the call to action is. Just because you're talking about teaching, you're talking about a couple of different things. So I think that potentially could be interesting. Like since there's so much here to share and learn and traveling. Like I think maybe you want to think about that. Like how do you handle all of those different components in one? And just make it easy to understand that like you're open to DMs. You're frequently collaborating in that way. The other thing is, your reels seem really excellent. Like you're doing so many reels. And I love the related to your story. I think that's like incredibly engaging. Maybe you put some content up there about like, hey, this is like how I work with brands. Like, obviously everybody knows that travel is sort of not happening, but I'm sure you have a library of really,
Let's see if we can get this Curtis blow up. Good energy right now. I'll pray he's okay.
To pull from, to be inspired by. Maybe it's as simple as saying like, hey, a brief came in from a skincare brand who wanted X, Y, and Z to whatever extent you feel like your clients would be
I hope they let it go.
interested in getting
God bless
that
you,
coverage.
Curtis.
I think it could be really powerful to show.
Short story
Behind the scenes, but
about Curtis.
to the content. Yeah, like the purchasing process.
I once was at Danceteria in Manhattan, and I was in the middle of a cipher where Curtis Blow, DMC, Run, and a couple of other rappers, they were just throwing it back and forth. Curtis Blow is an amazing icon, folks. Let's not sleep on him. Give him his flowers.
Something like that could be really fun to understand and also to communicate, hey, come to me for your content. Also, a lot of the best content creators kind of like on your caliber, really editorial level.
Right now, also, I'm trying to get a photo on my TikTok. What the hell?
And like the open platforms like Unsplash and things like that,
Oh,
Pexels.
no.
I don't know if you've actually played with submitting your photos and your material to some of those, but you could be making some really nice passive income in that way.
Okay, I'll check that out.
trying to hit everybody up or something.
Brandon skydiving, bitch.
Come on, man. I got you, bro. I got you.
Brandon jumping out of plane.
Listen, I get the sky pack for you, bro.
Listen.
No, in all seriousness, right? That was the best one of the night, though. In all seriousness, though, you know, him saying,
Put an email and a phone number here, and I'm done.
There was another one, Latanya's page. I hope I didn't just jack up her name.
Gonna get an email, a logo, and a telephone logo, and it's gonna be gold.
Brandon actually said it too. Like,
Okay, it's a TikTok. Let's find the gold phone and the gold. There we go. So let's see.
It's aesthetically engaging. Like, it took me to the photo shoot. You know what I mean? And so I just want to point out that factor of it's okay to have a good page that people
You
can
see
look
gold.
at, but when your page turns to that point that shifts into the point of
Telephone icon.
into your world, like you're bringing people into your world, and that's what you want to do with your pages. And I think the three I just pointed out is doing a really masterful job at bringing the onlooker
There it is.
into their world instead of posting
There
stuff
it is.
for people to look at. And
Let's get a transparency
that I
going.
think we should all pay attention to.
Tools,
But shout out to like all the moderators. I think we
color,
all have our
transparent.
niches, and I just want to point that out. That make sure you're following all
And there
the
they are.
moderators, 'cause
All of
everybody
the
here is dope. I think,
transparent
between Nigel and
logos.
Brandon,
Let's find one for
y'all
me.
grow it. Latanya and Lexi will help you, look it, and then I'll just help you.
There it is, gold phone,
That's how it
transparency.
shapes up right now. But I do want to point that out.
Download
As far
it.
as Instagram pages. It's
Save
okay
the
to look,
downloads.
but have them
We got
bring them into
one
your
more
world.
link and I'm done, and I'll be ready for them.
I am no expert, but
Shit, and I'm gonna
also
need to
kind of
attach it.
watching, everybody's profile as we go through. And one thing that caught my attention in your bio is that you shared that most of those photos that you posted were taken with an iPhone. And I just want to say they're incredible. Like, the quality is incredible, and that may be something that you turn into a reel, showing people how to take those quality photos with the basic phones that they have, because I know a lot of people get stifled with starting
we're in.
to do some of the work that you're doing because they feel like they need this, expensive camera, or they need all these tools, but like, you're putting out extremely great quality with just an iPhone, and a lot of people have that.
Yeah, I don't have no camera, just my iPhone. Yeah, I agree. Thanks for that.
Phone number.
Hey guys, I also just came up to tell Palumi, is that how you pronounce it? That you can also start using guides. Do you have that on your page?
I do. I do.
So,
I just wanted to know how to use them properly. I just didn't want to dive into them, but I've been learning from Clubhouse.
And one
recently.
more
But yeah, I hear you.
is gonna be
gotcha.
my
And I
email.
also think, I'm not sure how important it is to your brand, but how many countries you traveled with. I had to actually press like the more button to see that part. So I don't know if you want to move that up. And then also on my
email
iPhone, just
icon.
nitpicking because your page is perfect. The first line is not one line on my iPhone. So
I
if you
like
wanna,
this. Ooh,
Mine too.
Yeah,
I like
so,
this.
What's
So the first line, let me go back to your page.
Yeah, that bothered me.
So the first line is showing you that traveling can be easy, safe, and doable.
It's not on one line?
Email.
No, not for my
Brands. Yeah.
Email transparency.
Yeah, I would really think about, like, every single one of these needs to be making you money. Like, the content shot on iPhone is cool, but, like, I don't know if you need those countries. Maybe it's, it's back to the whole thing of, like, what are you're selling these, your resources, right? Like, I would imagine those resources are super, super, easy to buy and quick to activate.
Yeah.
Especially if you bring that same design aesthetic through to the content. Like, I would love to see some of that stuff, like, listed or some kind of call to action.
Call to action. Got you. Okay.
Yep.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Honestly, I appreciate that.
So I'm in here.
Yeah.
Let me see when I'm coming up here.
So.
You love to see it. That's what I like to say.
Nice to connect with you.
2 more people and it's on me, guys. So let's put our email.
I'll get now. So give someone else a chance.
I need my people there. Just a date night. Say yeah, you see I'm gonna follow you from here.
Yeah, I feel like there was a moment just
Yeah, what type of that pause, that
here we are. We got it all.
He said by this how you know by the scent of your tongue. You know that makes sense. You do. You like it, don't you? As you know, you like it, don't you? From a mile away.
I'm just saying I'm supporting my black sisters.
No. Okay.
Let's put a footer here.
She's easier to catch right now. You know where
You know
she
what I'm
is.
saying?
She's
You
in one
already
spot,
identified
not like
the
usual
sister.
where she's flying around.
Yeah, she's flying. She's skydiving. I'm like, she's skydiving. Right, ready? Ain't no beat.
I had a quick question. I wanted to ask, I guess, everybody.
Make sure my links are working.
On building, like, your social communities on, like,
Oh, my
Discord,
Facebook isn't in.
Reddit, and Slack.
My Twitter
Do you guys
is in.
have any
Twitter's working.
experience in building those communities out?
Website.
Yeah,
Primarily Discord.
So look. Discord is a definite passion community.
Instagram's work. No, the website. Is that? Uh-oh, I gotta get my Instagram. What's going on here? Okay, website.
Especially creators and content.
YouTube.
Professional. I feel like, you know, if you lead some type of thought
Okay,
leadership,
YouTube.
you need platforms like Discord,
Pinterest. Okay.
Clubhouse, and whatever else that's there. Because
Instagram. LinkedIn. Okay. TikTok. All right. Now what's this? YouTube I did, but what's my IG? Why isn't my IG live? Let me get in here. IG website should be a go. Yep, website's there. Where's my Facebook? Let's go into my Facebook.
So I would say definitely
grab this.
Figure out the ecosystem, commit to it,
copy.
And build your community where you can get intimate with them and you guys can, you know, build one-on-one relationships.
Right, more for like the consumer insights, right?
Yeah, I think Jess want to respond to that. Go ahead, Jess.
Go back and
I was
edit.
just going to add on to that. One thing that I think is really untapped right now is Reddit streams or archive. I don't know if people have used it at all, but
Reddit streams.
Some of the traction you can get on it. I mean, I've been on some streams where I've had 34,000 like people tuning into it, like watching it. I would just like, it's worth exploring if you have enough karma, which is like the points on Reddit, to like hop on some streams. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, Reddit and Pinterest and all of them have like really started to add a lot of features for community building. And I know a lot of everybody on here is, you know, focused on the Instagram or all of the above, but
I got to get the Facebook link and my Instagram link. They got to be correct.
A lot of people can test out
there we go.
Community groups and really get some brand exposure. Because I'm listening to the Instagram build.
All right, now our driver's here for some food.
See if anybody else has
food
kind
is
of
done.
veered away and trying to tap into those other networks that really can bring your brands up.
I definitely think that there's a lot there. Like, it's worth looking at. It's just, you know, as brand marketers, it's super important that we kind of understand that, like, Discord, Reddit, those spaces are, like, really not ours to be colonizing. They have to stay authentically kind of grassroots. And if we're jumping in there, maybe we're quiet and we're listening. And we're sort of pulling insights and kind of feeling out what people think and where their heads are. I've just seen too many times brands kind of jump in and it gets awkward.
That's true.
I also think it's really important to use the platforms the way the users use them. I feel like I've seen so many entrepreneurs and creators hop onto these like new platforms or platforms where they're getting a lot of traction and use it as marketers and not in the form that people are used to consuming content in, which I think can hinder the way that you relate to the people on the platform.
Yeah, and then you get trashed fast. So like that's a really good point.
Yeah, that definitely is a good point. Sorry, I feel like I killed the energy.
Yeah, you did. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I went
It's just 3 a.m. over here.
Don't do that, son. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, you know what you know, so you might as well still be and help these people, alright?
Of course.
Oh, wow.
I don't want you to stop the love connection.
Can you cut the line?
Jesus Christ. Call on him.
Felicia.
Hey, I'm here.
How you doing, Felicia? We ain't gonna let all these people cut in front of you like that.
No problem. Thank you guys. I've been literally like writing all the notes and collecting all the gems, and this is my first day, not even a full day, on Clubhouse, and what a way to kind of enjoy.
Welcome to Clubhouse.
Welcome to the House of Club.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. My question is, I wanted to have an Instagram audit and a little bit about my background. I work in fashion and beauty. I just moved to Texas about a year ago, so just made my one-year anniversary in Houston from New York City, and I just started, turning my Instagram more towards, branding and, wanting to become an influencer, not just posting, just to post, but, posting with a purpose. So I've been working on a couple of strategies and a couple of aesthetics, so I would just love any feedback, of how to kind of increase my reach. Within my niches of fashion and beauty, because I'm trying to break into lifestyle, because I've heard that's where a lot of the money is when it comes to, influencer. So any advice or tips you guys could give me would be awesome.
So, of course, I'm the affirmation guy, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give corrections later. First glance at your page, it's bright, and that's again a good thing. It's bright. Click on your link, go to your website. It's also very active in the sense where I'm again, it's bright, it's active, so I'm able to see what's going on. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing I just want to say before we slice and dice. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Do you have a YouTube?
I do have a YouTube, but I'm not active on my YouTube. So I work 3 jobs right now. So trying to find a time to record and edit, those are the harder parts. So I just started doing reels. The static pictures are a lot easier because I can batch create at work or on the weekends. But the production that goes into the video creation is a lot harder and requires more time.
Okay.
So that's why I don't make as many videos as I would like to right now.
So 2 things. One, glad that you're using Reels for sure. When you do have that time, I would, because of the route that you're going or that you want to go, I would utilize YouTube. And when I say utilize YouTube, a lot of times people, they say that and they expect that person to, try to get 2,000 subscribers and all this stuff. No, sometimes we use YouTube just as an extra outlet for that group of people that might have not access to your Instagram. Maybe they just have access to YouTube and they'll see it, they connect with you, and so you always want to, I'm always a big believer in, take care of the one. All it takes is one, and using that outlet, it can open up just another network of people. Another thing I was going to say was, you said that you don't have time because of your job, correct?
So right now, if you go to my Instagram,
Yes. So I'm working 3 jobs right now.
you should be able to click right through to my own link tree,
It might be
my
easier said
own
than done, but my
link tree
suggestion with that, as
creation.
far as time management as a creative, is just dedicate a day
And I want to know what you think.
to just brainstorming and outlining your video topics and projects. So that way you're not.
I got to create the internet, the web, the cell phone version. Lord have mercy. So let's do a cell phone version right quick. Right now that was the web, that was the desktop version. Lord have mercy.
So just find a day, dedicate one day.
So we got to convert
a couple of hours whenever you find that time where you're rested and not stressed, to outline
mobile phone version.
Outline, shutting everything off, outlining.
So here's the mobile phone
concepts,
version.
Just brainstorm, and then the next time you schedule out or block out time.
Let me see something. Maybe I can just go ahead and select everything.
Block out time. Now you're doing
I
that.
can
So
go ahead and
just taking those times, and I'm just speaking towards time management now.
group everything.
Away from social media, but spending that time blocking off time slots to dedicating to a portion of that content, so that way your content can be more consistent, especially on Reels. And if you go the route of YouTube because of the route of profession you want to go.
Thank you. Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
So now,
And time management is 100% key.
now what we're gonna
Your
do is
business
create
all-nighters sometimes.
the
As much as we
the
don't
cell
want to do
phone
it,
version,
especially
the
in
mobile
content
phone
creation, working
and
with people that
tablet.
do
Now I really
begin
don't
these
have time
blogging
to catch,
or try to be influential on
but I'm gonna
products
do it.
and all of the above. You know, you have to
I'm gonna do
put
it.
in those
Phone
sleepless
call.
nights to curate that content
Wanna
that's
call
really
me?
drive that
There you
audience
go.
you're looking for. And it's the
Wanna
sacrifice of
email
what you're
me?
trying to do.
Here you go.
Yeah, and it's, you know, like I said, block it off. Like I know 3 jobs is a lot, so that's very understandable.
Go
But when
back to.
you
Let me
have
see
those
if I go
off
back to the
days,
website
and
version.
sometimes it may
Yep,
just take
website
a little
version
of it, or
straight.
maybe you don't knock it out all in
Cell
one night,
phone
whatever
version.
it is.
Good. Here we go.
You
Oh,
do
this
2
is
hours
this
out
is
your day.
hot.
Once
This
you
is
get
so
done with 2
hot.
hours, don't touch it, leave it alone, which is so hard as creatives and brand and influencers, brand designers, because we love to just touch the thing that we are working on that we're not supposed to be touching. We're supposed to be enjoying our day. We're supposed to be doing other stuff. But work on it, leave it alone, and then block off another time, and then you should be able to get more done actually.
Thank you. Yeah, I have to work more on blocking out the hours as opposed to the days. I think that'll be a lot more realistic with my schedule, especially going into the holiday season and working in retail. I think I got one day off in November, just the month of November. That was just Thanksgiving. So I think it's wild out here in retail season. Like people.
Hey, Felicia.
Yes.
Sorry to cut you off. I just wanted to ask, what's the deal with the brand Chloe? Like, is that sort of like your...
Yeah, it's like my pen name. So I'm a journalism major, and so maybe that is like a pen name. It's kind of just stuck.
I would try to define that in your bio. Just feels confusing. And I think like that idea of like, if you can define it, that'd be great. I would also say, I don't know if you've applied to Reward Style yet, but I would apply, and reapply. And if you have any friends who are influencers, they can actually recommend you. But you could be making money off of that passively and hopefully knock one of those jobs out. So I would just keep applying on there. The way that you're curating products and doing all that, that's exactly what Reward Style wants to see. They've gotten a little bit tougher to get accepted lately, but if you show that like you're really dedicated to it, I would do that.
Oh wow, thank you. I had no idea about Reward
So
Style.
the whole idea of it is like, it's that thing to be able to have a shoppable feed. So like, you know, that first post, you've got like the hoodie, then you've got like some leggings, you know, there's some like nice pieces in that, like that black and white houndstooth kind of thing. Like, you know, even the wink, right? Like whatever it is that you're doing becomes shoppable, the planner, that kind of stuff. So they all become things that you then make affiliate money on when they're shopped. So people can actually go to your page and they just like buy it direct through. So I would definitely look into that, and I would apply to that like literally, you know, over and over and over. It could take people 5-6 times because they sometimes want to see numbers. But if they see that the quality is good, they'll let you in. Also, it is, you know, the kind of thing where having those recommendations helps. I would really think about like your bio statement around helping women invest. I'm gonna sneeze, but I would say if you're doing styling, say so. I feel like it's thank you. It's a little bit less clear. Like this idea of curator, I really like, but I would just try to be very explicit about what you do, so it's not as much of like, I know that there's something about like moody or like mysterious, but I would just say it out the gate. I really like the way you put clothes together and like your style and like the whole thing. I see that, so I would just be very, very clear and think about people coming to you without understanding Chloe or what that brand is and saying, wait, is this Felicia? Is this Chloe? Like, I've seen other women who have that that kind of like pen name type thing, and there's ways
So let's put
to
some
do
text
it, so
in
take a
here.
look at those.
Passion,
But yeah,
consistence,
really good.
and what's the other thing I
Thank you
want?
so much. I'm taking all the notes right now
Passion.
in my little notepad on my phone.
Let's see.
Good night, guys. I'm gonna head out, but this was so much fun.
All right. See you, Lexi.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Good night. Good night. What we got next? Relentless.
Oh
What's going on, brother?
shit, you're killing me. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Relentless.
Hey, here we go. Here we go. I'm awake.
Nah,
What's
relentless. You was
up?
asleep. You was asleep, man.
Ah,
You
you
gotta be
have
relentless.
no idea. You have no idea until you met me. You had no idea. So, let me just give you the down low. I am Relentless Aaron everywhere. I'm a novelist, dozens of times over, um, renowned, award-winning. I write thrillers. Um, you put me in a ring with Grisham or Patterson or Stephen King, I'm knocking all of them out. So say my readers. Now, um, now
Let's
if you
go.
don't,
Hold on, we're not gonna just skip over that.
I like
Like,
that
you know what I'm
relentless. Hold up,
saying?
relentless.
The
Hold up, relentless.
energy though, you know, so where the air horn at? Something like
Yeah,
that.
cause hold
well,
on, I gotta find. I gotta find.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
it's
relentless.
yes, sir.
Repeat that for the people in the back. They ain't hear that. Just repeat it.
I
You said what?
I
Get in
said
the
if
ring
you
with.
put me in a ring, a boxing ring with Grisham, that's John Grisham, James Patterson, or Stephen King, I'm knocking all of them out. They are they
Yeah.
they are there.
Needs to be on the mixtape.
They are
Yeah.
there because they are entitled. They are there because they're first movers. They are there because of all of the shit. But I am here. I write a novel in 2 weeks. I started when I started writing novels. It took a year. I wrote my first 30 books in prison. I came out with all my manuscripts under my arm. I got my first. Actually, I printed my first book. It cost me $50, just so that I can get the prototype. They printed 50 more copies at a cost of $15 each, and they did it on consignment. I sold them in a day. I went back and printed 300. I sold them in a weekend, and then I printed 20,000, and I started shipping them to bookstores. Um, After that, just to fast forward, ABC World News, NPR Radio, New York Times front cover article, Time Magazine. I've been there, done that in terms of writing books. And my first book deal was a $250,000 book advance from the biggest book publishers in the world, and then my second deal was for 50 Cent. I am one of the original G Unit authors. Now, having said that, um, in 2006, 2007, the book industry took a hit, and they closed all the bookstores, Waldens and Borders, where I would walk in and see all my books stacked on shelves. These brands applauded me. I went and did book signings all over the country. My books are all over the world, and I knew the paper game was over. I had forecasted it, and years ago, before prison, I was producing cable television shows, so it made sense to me to go ahead and pivot, which is what I've been doing all my life. Pivot. That's all I know. And so I basically had dug into media when I realized the book game was coming to a halt. And ebooks was not going to be monetized because I saw that you could get free books on Pirate Bay, and they were sharing them and so on and so forth. So I made sure I doubled down on my media production, which is really how I became a popular author. Because every time I sold a book on the streets of New York or New Orleans, I would make sure I would videotape the buyer, because a lot of times they were already buyers, and I would get that testimonial. So right now, if you go on YouTube and you type in Relentless Aaron and testimonial, you see all these testimonials from all these readers. Anyway, long story short, the Bronner brothers dragged me down here to Atlanta. I did a book signing down here at their hair show, made $3 grand in 2 days, and I was sold on Atlanta. I'm now down here pivoting. I own 3 bed and breakfasts. I just built a miniature golf course on one of them, a 9-hole miniature golf course, and I do a bunch of cars on Turo. I flip books consistently on Amazon. I sell food on DoorDash, Postmates, Uber, as Relentless Eats. So my brand is called Relentless. Um, Relentless Aaron is my pen name. And I'm trying to pull it all together because my passion is what really is the juice in it all. It's not that I write books or that I flip bed sheets or that I sell bedrooms or any of that. It really is that I am resourceful. So I'm kind of looking to you guys, the crackerjack team that you are, to help me and fine tune what I'm doing. And I am live on Facebook right now, and you're on my speakerphone, and I also am taking notes.
Well, I'm always going first, but
Let's go. You on what right now, Relentless?
right.
On my Facebook live, Relentless Aaron.
Hold on, wait. Can you pause that for a second?
Yeah, pause that, brother.
Yeah, I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
No, pause that.
Pause your Facebook live.
Oh.
Cross record, man.
Yes. Go ahead.
Alright. We're gonna trust that you did it, right?
Yes, sir.
Faith.
Yeah.
Alright, bro.
I'll say this again. I don't know why I'm the first one always speaking, but first off, I do, from your longevity and you continuously to be resourceful and everything. I guess my question is, because it sounds like you do multiple things, but it also sounds like where your heart is writing books. So
Yep.
is that like the engine, like is books, writing books, being an author?
That is it is the main thing, writing books. You know, I died down to 2 weeks. Blooded. I got awards for it, and praise and all of this press. So yeah.
That niche that you're choosing to feel like to pretty much like where you're saying right there, build content from that. Because sometimes because we're very good